3 p.m. here in Cairo. My name is Ahmed Nader, and now it's time for a comprehensive look at the events taking place here in Egypt and the world with Panorama News and the News Hour. And I have all the pleasure to be having with me for today as my colleague is Lubna Yahya. Hello, Lubna.
Hello, Ahmed, and hello, everyone. We're going to start right away with the headlines.
At least 30 people, including women and children, were killed in Gaza by the Israeli air attacks overnight, a day after dozens of people were killed across the enclave, taking the total to 56 people since Thursday. Staff at the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital said that 10 women and 7 children were among those killed in the Israeli massacres in various locations in central Gaza, including Nusayrat, Zawaida, Maghazi and Deir al-Balah. The details follow.
Israeli airstrikes killed at least 50 people across central and southern Gaza, including an attack on a sprawling tent camp that Israel has repeatedly bombed, despite designating it a humanitarian safe zone. Israeli strikes in the Maghazi and Nusayrat refugee camps in central Gaza killed. The head of the UN World Health Organization said Israel is still allowing only a trickle of sick and wounded people in the Gaza Strip to travel abroad for life-saving medical treatment. WHO Director Tedros Adhanom said in a statement that only 436 patients have left Gaza since Israeli occupation forces seized the Palestinian side of the Rafah border crossing with Egypt in May. He added that at least 5,383 patients have been evacuated with the WHO's help since the war broke out in October 2023, leaving more than 12,000 Palestinians still waiting to leave Gaza. The WHO chief urged Israel to increase the approval rate for medical evacuations and to allow all possible corridors and border crossings to be used.
Israel's military said that it intercepted a missile launch from Yemen after it crossed into the Israeli territory early on Friday. The Israeli military said in a statement that the shrapnel from the interception fell in the area of Modi'in in central Israel. The Israeli emergency service provider reported that it had treated several people who were injured or experienced panic attacks on their way to the shelters after air raid sirens sounded in the center and the south of the country.
Top French and German diplomats met with Syria's new leader, Ahmed al-Shara, in the highest level visit by major Western powers since December 8. French Foreign Minister Jean-Noel Barrot and his German counterpart, Annalena Baerbock, are holding talks on behalf of the European Union. During their visit, Barrot and Baerbock toured the cells and underground dungeons of Sydnaya prison. In a statement, Baerbock said Germany wanted to help Syria become a safe home for all its people and a functioning state with full control over its territory. She also said that the visit was a clear signal to Damascus of the possibility for a new relationship between Syria and Germany and Europe more broadly.
At the start of the visit to Syria, French Foreign Minister Jean-Noel Barrot met with the representatives of the Syrian Christian communities. Diplomatic sources said that Barrot told the Christian leaders that France was committed to a pluralistic Syria with all equal rights for all, including minority groups. Barrot also inspected the French embassy in Damascus. Paris is due to host an international summit on Syria later this month, following a similar meeting in December in Jordan.
The Czech Republic, whose embassy has represented the United States in Syria since 2012, has reopened its mission after closing it last month following a coup that toppled Bashar al-Assad. The Czech Republic has represented the U.S. and other Western countries in Syria after nations closed their embassies because of the civil war. Foreign Minister Jan Lipavsky said that they restored the activities of their embassy over Christmas. He said that the officials forming the new Syrian government are openly declaring they want to re-establish ties with the world.
The war monitor and the local residents said the Israeli occupation planes bombed Syrian army positions south of Aleppo. Residents reported hearing huge explosions in the area, while the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said that the strikes targeted the defense and research facilities. The observatory said that at least 7 massive explosions were heard, resulting from an Israeli occupation airstrike on the defense factory south of Aleppo.
South Korean investigators abandoned their attempt to arrest impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol at his residence on Friday over a failed martial law bid, citing safety concerns after a standoff with his security team. Around 20 investigators and 80 police officers were heavily outnumbered by around 200 soldiers and security personnel linking arms to block their way after entering the presidential compound. The president, who issued a bungled declaration on December 3rd that shook the East Asian democracy, faces imprisonment.
Russia launched a barrage of drones in an overnight attack on Ukraine, killing 1 civilian and injuring 4 others in the Kiev region. The Ukrainian Air Force said that air defenses shot down 60 out of 93 Russian drones. It also said that 26 drones were lost, in reference to the Ukrainian use of the electronic warfare to redirect Russian drones. Meanwhile, the Russian military said that the air defense units had downed 4 Ukrainian missiles in the Kursk region. The regional governor said that the Ukrainian strikes had damaged a high-rise apartment building and other buildings in an adjacent village. Ukrainian forces sent troops across the border into the Kursk region 5 months ago, but the Russian military says much of the lost territory has been recaptured.
In the world of business and finance, the Ministry of Petroleum denied reports saying that Italian oil giant Eni has decided to delay production of new amounts of natural gas from Zohr gas field due to unstable weather conditions in the Mediterranean Sea in winter. The ministry said in a statement that it is working with Eni in line of the preset timeline without any delay, adding that Zohr field is operating at full capacity. The statement added that the Italian oil giant announced that a new ship to be used in drilling and exploration activities is due to arrive to Egypt to start operating as of next month with the aim of increasing production.
And China said that it is determined to continue opening up the economy to the world in 2025 as Beijing steels itself for the potential trade turmoil when the U.S. President-elect Donald Trump takes office. The Chinese National Development and Reform Commission said that no matter how the external environment changes, the Chinese determination and actions to open up to the outside world will remain unchanged. The world's second-largest economy has struggled to revive growth following the COVID-19 pandemic and remains beset by the debt crisis in the crucial housing sector, low consumption, and the high youth unemployment.
Oil prices inched higher today due to optimism over China's economy and fuel demand after a pledge by President Xi Jinping to promote growth. Brent crude futures rose 0.16% to $76.05 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude rose 0.18% to $73.25 a barrel. And gold was steady at $2,656 per ounce after a 27% rise in 2024. Its strongest annual performance since 2010.
And this brings us to the end of the Panorama News for now. And Lubna, what's up next?
We'll have the special coverage, and I will be with you, giving you all the latest news. Thank you for watching, and have a good afternoon.